Are your eyes open? And how to choose a healthier life and world. Hi, Will Perry. How you doing? Welcome again to Keeping the Conversation Alive. Something we need to do. So, are your eyes open? What do I mean by that? Well, let me tell you. You're in the right place. Happy Friday to you. If you're Friday again. I was sing that with my girls. It's a bit of a crazy routine now. If you're watching this on the emails, then it's Friday. If you're not, then it probably isn't Friday. I guess there's a 1 in 7 chance of it being Friday. So there we go. So do sign up to the emails if you want to get them on the day. If not, they're all here anyway for your delectation. So, are your eyes open? Open being vegan. There's a real boom, and I'm sure you're not. It hasn't missed you. There's a real boom in being vegan at the moment. I don't think it's just a trendy thing. Supermarket shelves are absolutely booming and growing. And being vegan myself, I'm noticing it. The plant-based sections are growing in the freezer, in the fresh, in the everywhere. It's I noticed I predominantly go to Tesco's, but I know they're in all of them. All of them are competing, doing this plant-based sections, and they're just growing. I see it on Instagram. All the different followers have, McDonald's doing the vegan burger. Or is it called Plant Burger? And I haven't had one myself, but I generally don't like McDonald's anyway. It's processed food. But anyway, great that they've got a vegan option. That says something, doesn't it? So what's going on? Why is there such a booming industry? Why is the big business? Why is the big money behind this? About going vegan, and it's not really about the cruelty aspect. It seems to be the real hook on it is sustainability, and of course we just had the climate conference, and sustainability is a massive issue identified around the animal industry and the resources that drains of the and the unnecessary resources it drains on the world and the resources that it puts on in place on the world, and it seems we're starting to care, and that's why of course manufacturers are seeing that there's a buck to be made by producing all these different things, and you can get fast foods in vegan now, which is fine in a way. It's great being a vegan, or if you want to convert to being vegan, there's tons more choice. You can get instant meals and instant processed vegan food instead of just meat food. It's healthier for you, and it's sustainable. That's the real angle that people are taking, and people are noticing. People are starting to care about that. People are starting to care more about the planet and what are the actual solutions, because people are getting woken up to the fact that this is real shit going on, real stuff, and that it is going to impact their lifetime, and they're starting to see the impacts on their lifetime, and they know for the next generation, massive impact for them. So it's like, okay, what can we do now if we want to be part of this? Well, vegan is a massive sustainability choice, so that's why the shelves, if you've seen the shelves, I'll be interested in your comments. What have you noticed? What from your perspective, carnivore, herbivore, whatever you are, what have you noticed with the range? Because as I said, going to Tesco's, for example, and I know there's all of them are booming, but in Tesco's have this, they call it the Wicked range, and you can see Wicked on everything. I've seen Wicked pot noodles going past the noodle section. It's like, wow, they're really cashing in on this. They're really enabling that choice, which is an awesome thing. I think it's an awesome thing, because more people can go and try different things and actually get the flavors, get the textures that they're used to, or near enough, in some cases. That I've tried a bit of a tangent, but this is not bacon. I've tried a few different ones of them, and I've been really impressed with them, but as a vegan, knowing that it's like, it's just somebody trying to replicate it, and it's like some of them are really quite close, and it's cool and it's nice. I've had bacon butties that are obviously plant-based, and really enjoyed them. It's never going to be quite the same. So, you need to be open to this. So why are we starting to care? Because it's a connection with sustainability, connection with saving the planet, connection with saving animals, and people are starting to wake up to that. And that means getting uncomfortable with what's going on now. Uncomfortable with the climate change, with the impact on sustainability, but actually also uncomfortable with um, there's things of cowspiracy programs, cowspiracy and seaspiracy all cover this stuff. But springtime being around, lamb, oh lovely lamb, leg of lamb. But yeah, we associate spring with daffodils and flowers popping up everywhere, crocus and the sun, green grass, the leaves coming out, and these lovely little creatures called lambs coming out, and then boom, on your plate a leg of lamb. Oh, but we don't associate the two. We go one and the other, and people don't think about the slaughter that goes on. What happens when we see all those lambs, and it's like, oh, isn't it spring lovely with all those lambs in the fields, and you get your kids to go. You don't take them to the abattoir and the slaughterhouse and go, oh look, there they go off to slaughter, have their throats cut, to be hung upside down in panic, and you don't look at the mountain. Next time you go to a supermarket, look at the eggs, look at the pile of a massive amount of eggs that are used on a daily basis, and you don't think, they must come from lovely little chickens roaming around, peck peck peck, and free range, lovely green. No, that doesn't come from free range. And the farmer going out of a morning, collecting a few eggs, putting them in a little wicker basket, toddling off to market. No, that doesn't happen. It's a mass factory machine that's going on to produce that many eggs in one supermarket, let alone all the supermarkets across the land. What about the milk? Go to the milk section, look at the massive amounts of milk that people get through a day, the massive amounts of milk that the supermarkets stock. I think, where does that come from? That comes from impregnating cows, so that they produce milk for a start, then forcibly taking it from them, taking their calves away from them so that they keep lactating, and then mixing it all together. So you get 1,000 different bits of milk from 1,000 different cows into your pour it. It's bizarre. And if it's the cow happens to have a male, then that's killed and sent for, or fattened up a little bit and sent off for veal. If it's a female cow, then she's gotten ready to be able to, till she can be artificially inseminated and then produce milk. And then when they're all done, they're all slaughtered anyway. That's nice. So people are starting to become aware of what goes on now. And for you to make that choice, then you probably need to start waking up and seeing that stuff. And of course, we all know that goes on. But to actively know that, then that becomes a little bit more uncomfortable. So I encourage you to watch these programs. Cowspiracy, Seaspiracy. If you think fish is all right, or chicken is all right, watch the programs. Watch YouTube on the factory farming of chickens. It's just awful. And I've eaten all this stuff all my life. I'm not. I'm a hypocrite in many ways. My grandfather was a butcher in the Midlands, and I was brought up on the gristly bits and told. I didn't realise it was such a joke, but told, because he'd bring them all down, but told that, best bits, Willie. So I'd eat them, thinking, this is the best bit, this fatty gristly bit, and well, not so much the gristle maybe, but certainly the fat. So I enjoyed all that stuff, but it's 3.5, coming towards 4 years of being vegan. Fittest and healthiest I've ever been. So I encourage you to look at these programs, and if you want, on our free group we've got tons of videos, tons of different aspects, some of the more challenging ones if you want the abattoir stuff, and some of the really thought-provoking ones, some of the ones that are really tackling the sustainability question, and really turning it upside down, because it's not just the classic thing of industry and cars and we need to go electric. It's a lot more complicated than that, which I'm sure but that's why the supermarkets are cashing in on this stuff. And what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? Because we can make better choices once we're fully informed, once we fully see the argument, and not necessarily the argument that's presented to us. Because if you know about the old tobacco scandal, what can be presented to us, what can be manipulated to us, who can do the reports and surveys, who's paying for them, so how they can be skewed and presented in a certain way. All that sort of stuff, how governments can be involved, charities can be involved, how that, and it all can be corrupted, yet presented to you to be the sustainable option, to be the healthy option, when it's not. So there's There's a can of worms there. That's an interesting connotation, isn't it, given a vegan? So a can of worms. Plant-based worms there to open up. So we can make better choices once we see, though, because we can't make better choices from this. We're only going to make the choices that we can see. So open up your perspective and make that choice. So my invitation to you, ask me a question. Ask me a question on this. Ask me a question on what comes to mind for you watching this. Because there are obvious health benefits to plant-based, and there are obviously sustainability benefits to plant-based. And I'm not judging you. If you're going to stay carnivorous, absolutely fine. But what's your choice? What's your decision behind that? Are you staying blinkered? In which case, if you are, that's cool. I get that. But if you're saying, "Oh no, I can't look at that. That's too grisly. That's too awful," isn't that interesting? And I respect your decision, whatever you do. God, it's your life. You must live it how you want. But I just thought I'd raise that because there's so much of it. There's such a weight of change going on, and we can help enable that change with our choices. Thank you very much. If you found this interesting, please do share, like, subscribe and all that stuff. And it's interesting for me how self-esteem fits in with this, because if we have low self-esteem, and you can take the test to find out, but low self-esteem, when then we're going to think, oh, who am I to change the world? Who am I to make a difference? I can't possibly make a difference. But when you grow your self-esteem, you go, Christ, yes, I can do this. I can be an active part of this. And this is, entirely about me making a difference and a contribution. Which one do you choose? Many thanks. Hope you have an awesome rest of the day. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.